Okay, welcome to the inside of my cabinet. You're actually in my bathroom and literally in my cabinet. So hopefully this works. This is going to be just a really quick tutorial on the eyes. I've already done the Make Sense foundation with a stippling brush. So it just kind of helps set it in there. And then I used my terracotta blush with a nice little puffy brush. You just kind of set that in there like that too. All right, and today I'm going to do warm eyes because it's a little chilly outside. So I'm going to use those colors. Hopefully there's enough light for you to see, give a chance to, well, I'll walk through them just to make sure that, in case you didn't see them. All right, so I'm going to start with Mocha Java. So just a flat mat. Lighting's not the best. So I'm just going to wipe off the tip and I'm going to just put a little shape on there. Kind of rudimentary. There's so many different ways that you can do this. This is just one way, literally. Now you'll notice, or maybe you won't notice, it's really light on me. On some friends, it's been actually quite dark. So just be aware it's kind of a mid-tone, but it's a nice blender. I kind of let that sit. This is a cream to powder set, so it goes on creamy. You can kind of see it's not real smooth yet. And then I just take this little brush and I just kind of shape out a little bit more. Just real quick. And if it's a little bit too thick on the sides, just blend that out. Pretty easy. Okay, that's my base. All right, now I'm gonna go in with my garnet. There we go, garnet. This is my darker one. I also use this for my eyeliner. And I just lightly press because this will be where you give your depth. So just a little bit. Sometimes what I'll actually do is instead of pressing that down with the actual wand, I'll use this little fluffy brush. Just a little guy, super soft. And it's just called a crease brush. And I'll just blend it in a little bit. So that gives just a nice little shadow. Gives a little depth to the eye. Do the same thing over here. All I'm doing with my brush is I'm just kind of knocking off the excess so that I don't have a lot more product on one eye than the other eye. Okay. So you can see already I have a lot more depth going on. And then I have this handy dandy little fluffy brush. That's all it is, just a little fluffy brush. And then I come back in and I just make sure that it's smooth. It's literally, that's all I did. Keep that around just in case though. All right, and now I'm gonna do a little bit lighter. So I'm gonna do my pink, which is, for me, it's mulberry. It's actually kind of a nice little brown pink, if you will. I'm gonna take my brush again. Just put a little bit on there. You'll notice there's just not a lot. And I'm just gonna press that into that area. Now, sometimes what I'll do, especially if it's a really light color, is I'll just actually put just a tiny little bit on that fluffy brush, and I'll just gently fluff it. I don't know what a better word is for it. Over that area, over the top of my crease, right on the initial side of that brow. Okay, see the difference? And then again, I'm just going to go back, fluffy brush, and blend that in so that my pink goes into my brown. All right, now technically I could be done. This would be super easy. I'm actually going to, since I mentioned it, take a lighter color. This is Sandstone Pearl. And I'm just going to Put that tiny little bit in there. And I'm just going to lighten up the inside. I've been told this makes me look more awake. I'm going with it. And then if you have bags, you can also use the sandstone pearl or dark circles underneath there. Just brightens it up a little bit. Horrible lighting, so that's a little bit better. Okay, that's it. That's all I need. Now, for me though, I also use a liner brush. And I'll go back in with my garnet. And I do my line. I have found this to be so much better than any pencil I've ever had. Because with the pencil, you get pencil drag. And that's not good for two things. Obviously, you're dragging it, so you're not necessarily getting the same pressure. And also, you're stretching your skin. Lord knows we don't need any more wrinkles around the outside, or around our eyes. See? This is also cool with a brush because it's a lot easier to do wings if you're into the real trendy looks right now. The wing is really popular. I've actually done a brown wing before, and that looked kind of cool. Now the other thing, and some of you guys have heard me say this before, but I have not worn liner under my eye since high school because, quite frankly, it just would never stay. It would always end up down here, over here, anywhere I just didn't put it. With this, it doesn't move because it's water resistant. So I just come in here and I just draw in. Now one thing you're going to notice here is that I'm doing this super, super fast. And sometimes when I go too fast, my upper line hasn't yet dried. Oops. And so it can actually transfer to my crease and brow, like right where those two meet. But again, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, just a little bit more to this. Because I can just blend it right out as long as I do it right away. But this will set and it will be there all day. So there's just a tiny, 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 tiny little bit. But I'll just go ahead and fluff that out just a little bit. There. All is forgiven. Okay. That's it. Sometimes what I also like to do, since I mentioned it, I'll just go ahead and do it. I will take my onyx. There we go. And I will darken that top line just a tiny little bit. And another cool thing, I can make that line so thin so that it really does blend. Or I can press a little bit more with my brush and make it a little thicker. So I'll bring that out just a little bit with the black. See, I brought it out just a little bit with the black. I don't know if that counts as a wing or not. It's quite small. One more eye. Gotta love symmetry, right? Hey, I think I got it symmetrical. There you go. That's it. Okay. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Pretty easy. Then you just go in with your mascara